Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. I hope everyone's staying safe. Today we're talking about Jaden Newman, Julian Newman's sister. In my opinion, I feel like she should be talked about as much as her brother or even more. So we're going to be talking about her possible future in the WNBA. If you do enjoy today's video, please do like and subscribe. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. One thing Julian Newman and Jaden Newman have in common is their height. They're both considered extremely small for basketball. Jaden Newman only stands at 5'3", while Julian stands at 5'7". This isn't as much a problem for Jaden as she's chasing the WNBA dream, and the average height for a WNBA player is 6 foot. But the hype around the Newman family and Jaden Newman and Julian Newman just doesn't come out of nowhere. They have performed on the court, put up some crazy numbers. At 13, she dropped 70 points in a game with 17 threes. When you look at the highlights though, the team she plays against isn't that great, but she still did drop 70, so you gotta give her credit. When it comes to college offers, she has one, but that's actually the only one I could find publicly, so there could be more. The offer was from the University of Miami, which she got when she was 9 years old. 9 years old is absolutely crazy, but the college is a D1 college, but they're kind of average in their conference. They finished a record of 7 wins and 11 losses right before the coronavirus ended their season, while being in one of the top conferences in women's college basketball, with competition like Duke, Georgia Tech. But 9 is 9, a college offer is a college offer, so what does it really matter? Jaden also took a tour visit to Miami where she toured the program's facilities. When it comes to her WNBA dreams, apparently they used to be NBA dreams.
A woman couldn't even vote before. We're coming up on our first woman president soon. It's only going to make her belief stronger that she's going to be the first woman in the NBA. Her belief stronger that she's going to be the first woman in the NBA.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, seriously, can we just take a moment to realize how wrong Jaden's dad was? He said there'll be a female president, and unless you've been living under a rock, Donald Trump won. He said that she'll be in the NBA. Like, how wrong can you be? Seriously. On a real note though, she definitely has a higher chance of making the WNBA than her brother Julian has of the NBA. An ESPN analyst said this about her after watching her play. From the second she walks in the gym, her range is deep. We're talking well behind the arc. She also can penetrate and score on the floater. The videos we've seen are true. Defensively, Newman is a disruptor. She creates confusion, gambles a bit, and makes sure the other team knows she's there. Newman is not necessarily explosive, but she is somewhat sneaky and creates turnovers. For an ESPN analyst to say this about you in your early teens is very impressive. There is definitely hype around her. All she needs to do is add to that hype and prove herself with it. Earlier, I briefly talked about her height, and even for the WNBA, she is considered small, an actual undersized. When it comes to her accomplishments, we could go on for a long time. At 11 years old, Jaden Newman became the youngest player to score 1,000 points in high school. She only needed 7 points that game to complete it, but she ended out with 47. She graduates in 2 years and still has 2 really good years to prove herself. She averaged 45 points per game, 6.6 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 6.1 steals in 8th grade. Like 6 steals per game. That's insane numbers for anyone, any gender, at any age, but in 8th grade. There are many reasons people don't like this family. In my view, they're all bullshit. Success will come with people hating, with a reason or not. But there are many reasons people might not believe the hype, because some people ruin it and take it way too far. This article I found that was written 3 years ago, which said this: Jaden Newman has the ability to be the next Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie. Let me just tell you here why this is completely impossible. Jaden Newman is 5'3", Candace Parker is a forward who's 6'4". Jaden is a whole foot smaller, and Lisa Leslie was a center who was 6'5". In an NBA comparison, that's like watching Kemba Walker coming out of UConn and saying he's the new Shaq. Jaden is a talented star and doesn't need people to make these cringe, fake hype comments. It writes over her true potential. She recently started playing for Prodigy Prep. If that sounds familiar? It should. It's the Newman brand. They sell merch under the same name, Prodigy brand. Some people actually believe this is a school, but it's just a team. But the good thing about this team is that since it's not a school, they can play any team, even if they're not on the same level. For example, Julian, not Jaden, played IMG. This usually wouldn't happen because IMG are far better. But since it's a team, they can send out invites to play better schools to play. This could be the same with Jaden, which is great. We all know the better the competition, the better you'll get. When it comes to Prodigy Prep girls record, there isn't much about it on Google at all, but I managed to find 4 videos on YouTube. 3 of them they won, 1 of them they lost. The one they lost was a massive blowout against a pretty good girls team, one of the best girls teams I've seen on YouTube. Jaden dropped 18 points that game. An interesting thing about that video is there's about only 2,000 views on that video. It seems like YouTube titles Like Jaden Newman drops 50 points, gets far more views than a video just saying she dropped 18. But I'm not saying 18 is bad. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying 18 points is bad, and this was also their first game of the season. The only channels I could actually find uploading highlight videos for Jaden's games seem to only be these three. They are Elite Mixtapes, Overtime NXT, and Elite Mixtapes East, which is different from the other one, just to clarify. A lack of good info on record, points per game this season for her, just made it harder to make this video. You can get an idea of how good she actually is. Even when it comes to that loss, she still stood out as one of the best players on the court, from both teams, not just hers. Another problem with her team is the lack of height. Maybe it's just bad scouting and recruiting from Jamie Newman, Jaden Newman's dad, but I can't be so sure. Just look at this photo, they seem to be all undersized, all around the same height as Jaden. When you look at the other team, the other 5 girls on the court in this photo, they all seem to look at the range of 5'8" to 6 foot, but I'm just guessing here, but I think it's quite accurate in my opinion. In conclusion of this whole video, will Jaden go to a college? Yes, but it really depends on what college she actually goes to. It depends on if it's a big college with a good conference or it's a bad college, a really small college. But will she make the WNBA? I'll give her about a 50% chance of completing that. But she will have a more successful career in women's basketball than Julian will have in men's basketball when it comes to numbers. The lack of info about her made it very hard to make this video. But if you did enjoy, please do like and subscribe. We're getting close to 100 subscribers and I'm going to keep uploading probably twice a week or once a week. It really depends. I'm kind of busy playing basketball. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. Stay safe, everyone.